In this lecture, we are going to know about different types of fillets and chamfers in creo sketching. So fillet and chamfer are used to remove the corner points. You can find the fillet and chamfer here. We have fillet option and here we have chamfer option. To understand this, first of all, let's say I will go to rectangle and draw a corner rectangle like this. So we can draw this rectangle of any dimension. Now press escape. After that I will go to fillet. In this fillet you will see circular, circular trim, elliptical, elliptical trim. So I will select this first option, circular. So here it is going to show in the status bar, select two entities. It means we need to select two entities that are connected. For example, I will select this first line and then select the second line. Now you can see the preview of an arc. So here you can see an arc has been created. This is basically called the fillet. I will press escape once again, make a double click on this. So insert the value, let's say this is 1. So now it has created a fillet radius 1. Similar thing we can do on the other side. We have to make sure whenever we are going to create any fillet on chamfer, the lines should be adjacent with respect to each other. For example, I will go to fillet, select circular trim, and then I will select this line and then I will select the opposite line. Now here it is going to show fillet failed. Reselect first entity. It means these two entities are not adjacent with respect to each other. Now I will once again go to fillet, select this line first and then select this line. Now it is going to create the fillet. Press escape and then insert this value. So let's say once again this is 2. So now you can see fillet has been created. Now in this fillet you will see one more option, that is circular trim. I will select this type of fillet. Here I will select this first line and select the second line. And you will see a fillet has been created of radius 1. But this time you will see there is no reference dotted lines. While in this case you will see you have reference dotted lines. So that is a difference between this circular and circular trim. So practically there is no difference between these two types of fillet. It is just used for reference whenever we create the sketches. So you can select any of two, there is no difference between them. Next type of fillet we have is the elliptical fillet. So right now we have created the fillet using a radial dimension, that is an arc, and we have defined the fillet using the radius value. Now I will have next type of fillet, that is elliptical. So let's say I will go to elliptical trim and here I am going to create the fillet. Select this first line and select the second line. So this time the reference value, instead of radius, it will be linear dimensions. For example, we need to define the distance from the center. When I click on this radius or elliptical radius, you will see the center. Here we need to define the distance. So let's say this, I make a double click on this. So right now you can see the value shown as 0. So basically it is not 0. If I double click on this, it is very small value, 0.36. So here let's say I will insert value 1 and again on the horizontal side double click, insert value 1. So in case of elliptical fillet, instead of defining the radius value, we need to define the linear dimension value from horizontal axis and vertical axis. And the same is for elliptical trim. So let's say I will click undo, Ctrl plus Z once again multiple times. Okay, now here I will go to ellipse. Okay, here I will go to fillet and I will select elliptical trim. Select this first line, select the second line. So this time you will see there are no reference trim lines. And then you can define these two dimensions. So after that we are going to create the chamfers. So to create the chamfer, I will go to chamfer tool. You will see chamfer and chamfer trim. First of all, I will create some rectangle. So draw a rectangle like this. And then on this rectangle I'm going to create the chamfer. To create the chamfer, I will go to chamfer tool and go to chamfer from here. Again we need to select two lines. Select the first line and select the second line. And you can see preview of a chamfer. So using the chamfer tool, we can replace a corner point with an edge. And you can see chamfer practically in all of the parts. So just have to insert the value of chamfer in two sides. So let's say this is value 10. So chamfer can be symmetric or non-symmetric. It means we can take similar value or non-similar value. Let's say this is 10 by 10. And the second type of chamfer is, let's say I will go to chamfer trim and select this first line, select the second line. Press escape. So in this situation, you won't see any trim lines. So in this way you can create fillet and chamfers.